You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. We are here once again, and today, man, we have another show lineup for y'all. We're going to talk to the comedian Ophira Eisenberg. She is the host of the podcast you can hear on iHeartRadio. It's Parenting is a Joke. I'm sure you're going to have some good laughs. First and foremost, I want to say welcome to the show. How you doing, Ophira?
Good. Good morning, Shamaya.
Hey, how's it going? So when it comes to being a comedian, you're not a stranger. You're famous on multiple platforms, including NPR. So what inspired this podcast?
You know, personal experience. I was someone who said on and off stage for years that I was never going to have a child. But here I am. And then I got pregnant and I was like, well, here we go. And it was a brand new experience. But also at the same time, all these stand-up comedians around me were having kids, whether they were having kids or adopting kids or acquiring kids, whatever way they were building a family. And the way people were talking about it on stage was different. It was irreverent. It was personal. It was vulnerable. And I just thought, I got to bring this all together. It's funny. And if anything, the last few years have taught us is we need a laugh.
Yeah, I mean, parents are overwhelmed. Yeah, just like the description says, parents are overwhelmed, you know what, and they can use a laugh today. So when you are doing these episodes, are you having guests on or cracking jokes with you and sharing their experience being a parent? Absolutely.
So we, we're in the beginning. So we've talked to a whole bunch of people, stand-up comics mostly, names that a lot of people know from TV and stage and movies. Jessi Klein, who's a head writer for Amy Schumer's show, and Chris Gethard, who everyone knows from, a million shows, including The Office, and Eugene Mirman from Bob's Burgers, Catherine Reitman, who is the star of Working Moms. And so everyone brings their story, one about how ridiculous, wonderful, and insane it is to work a creative job. Really any job and be a parent, but a creative job can be a little trying because creativity takes so much time and so much focus, and add a kid into the mix, and joking about it and joking about the switch. I, as a mom, will be putting on a leather jacket and high heels to go out and do a show while my little son is saying to me like, Mommy, I need some help with my trying to pick up this oatmeal with a spoon. And you're just like, who am I right now? Am I like cool mom, or am I a cool stand-up? And you know what? Cool mom, I want to make it a term, but it's about cool as saying cool podiatrist. Not to say podiatrists aren't great, Shamaya. But it's hard to be a cool mom.
I understand a little bit because I'm an uncle, and when you have your nephews who are super young, and you're getting used to the crying that sounds like they're singing. Because when they're crying so much, you just start pretending to yourself, oh, they're just singing. And it's not that bad after a while.
You know what? I live in New York, and I do that with traffic. Sometimes I'm like, it's the ocean. It's the ocean rolling in. And the crying. I remember at one point when my son was little, like him just splaying out on the floor. We've all seen this, a child even just at a store or wherever, just splaying out on the floor, having a meltdown and crying. And I remember looking at him doing that thinking, I want to do that. Adults should be able to do that.
This is a really good episode. Have you ever got a side eye from the little one? Like they start, they act like they're crying, and then you know the game, so you just tend to your business, and then all of a sudden they side eye you like, wait, you're not buying this?
Oh yeah, they as we try to explain the world to them and think that we are such the guiders and the experts. It is amazing how clever these little kids are. I feel like my son came out of the womb knowing how to eye roll. I was like, how is that possible?
Especially they don't get their favorite snack. Oh, don't you skip their favorite snack. They will not let you forget that. They will look you up and down.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. And it's specific and it changes all the time. I mean, thank goodness we can give him snacks of his choice. We have that option. But bringing goldfish when he was hoping for, a fig bar. Oh boy. And I end up reverting to, I grew up with pretty, I guess, stereotypical traditional parents, but I say all the things that they said that I thought as a kid was ridiculous. I've said things like, you know how lucky you are to have this fig bar. Like I've said all the things, you're leaving the lights on. Do you think I work for the electric company? I say these things. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, it's like, well, you think money grows on trees today?
But, I've said it. Yeah, exactly.
Once again.
And to a kid, they go, yeah. Matter of fact, I do think it grows on trees because it's made of paper. I learned that in school. You're like, okay, wait a second.
Too bad you can't pick it out, though, every morning. That would be nice. Just a little extra stash, especially when they get real hungry and they get older. I mean, when they turn 1 year old, they start eating like a football player.
Yeah. I said to my son recently, I said, are you hungry? And he actually said, I am always hungry. I was like, wow, some honesty there. Thank you.
Where does the food go? Like, do you just hide in your pockets? Like, it's crazy.
I know. There's blocks of cheese that go missing within a day. And not even a teenager. I mean, I used to do that as a teenager. We would just open up the fridge and whatever was there, just eat it all, ravish.
It's like they don't care about inflation. They're like, who cares about inflation? I need 3 blocks of cheese, not 1. Once again, man, we're talking to our comedian, Ophira Eisenberg, host of the podcast You Hear iHeartRadio, Parenting is a Joke. Now, obviously, the title Parenting is a Joke is just for good laughs. When people are listening, are there any subliminal messages or any underscoring messages that you're trying to get out to the masses?
No. No. If you listen backwards, we're telling you that no, we don't have any subliminal messages. I would love that if you sync up our podcast to the Wizard of Oz. No, the only subliminal message I guess is that we're all going through the same thing, and we're talking about universals here, and everyone is trying their best, and that we should be celebrated every single day for getting up and giving this whole thing another go with all of our best skills. I think that is if there was a takeaway, like we need a laugh, we need to look at, you need to look at the hard stuff and also just take a break and laugh at it all. And sometimes feel the levity that life is a bit of a game, even though, it's a lot of serious stuff, but we're doing our best. And sometimes I like finding out that I'm not alone, because it's so easy to feel alone, like you're not doing your best and that you're not the greatest parent. At one point I remember saying to my therapist, I go to therapy, and I said to my therapist, I don't think I'm doing a great job as a mom. And I think that I'm not doing a great job with my son. And she said, Ophira, little kids are so resilient. And I was like, that's great. She's like, yeah, little kids are so resilient. And I did say to her, well, but then why am I talking to you every week about my childhood? Just as a question.
That's pretty good. Man. That's a good teaser for new episodes that come out every Tuesday on Parenting is a Joke, produced by pretty good friends and iHeartPodcast, available on iHeartRadio app and anywhere you can hear podcasts. I want to say thanks to our special guest today, Ophira Eisenberg, the famous comedian, also NPR host of the MOTH. I want to say thank you for taking time talking to us today.
Thank you. I love San Antonio too, so thank you.